We are live.
You're like, I'm over here sweating.
Oh my god, look who's in chat first.
What the fuck? Oh, Glass Union. Hello.
Hello, baby.
Dude, wait, give me 1 minute. I gotta get up and wipe the sweat off my face because I'm getting paranoid. I'm like, what the hell just happened? Say hi to everybody, whoever's here. I don't know who's here yet. I have no access to it.
Hello, Glass Union. Hello, Glass Union. The only one that's in the house because Gloria had a female moment.
No, I'm not. I was having a female breakdown. Oh my god. Oh wait, sorry. Okay.
Yeah, put some socks on. I can smell it from here.
Oh, shut up. Now, okay, I'm having a moment today, guys. I'm sorry. You see what happens? That's why we have to test this shit like fucking hours before.
You should always test it out. Then we've got a few in now. We've got Glass Union, we've got Lisa, and we have Striker. Yeah, Striker.
Nice. Happy Sunday to everybody.
Kevin T.
Paul, you know, it's so funny. You can tell that you're freezing your ass off where you
know.
I am drenched completely.
This is a contrast, isn't it? You're like half naked and I'm here like all the thermals on.
I know. We have so many cool things to talk about. Hey, Kevin. Well, I can't see shit.
You have to put your live comments on and get your glasses on.
I got my binoculars on. Let's see.
We've got a few in the house now. We got Karen Ann Preston, Kevin T, Striker, Lisa Avery, and obviously Glass Union. And
you know what used to be Glass Onion, by the way.
Yeah, no, he changed it.
Yeah, okay. Well, I thought I was losing it. I was like, okay. Let's see. Onion, by the way.
Yeah, no, he changed.
Okay, so now I can chat. Fantastic. Listen, guys, I'm having like a definite blonde moment. Definite blonde moment. Oh, okay.
Again.
Here we go. Here we go. We have some of our people in the house. And where's Stephen Wheatley? Where is he? Uh-huh.
He's not here yet.
Probably sleeping. Hi, Karen. Oh my God, I'm sweating. Boy, never break down. Why is it so hot in this house? Okay. So why don't we do this? Paul, not that people don't know who you are, but apparently everybody knows who you are. But for those
get out, don't I?
I know a lot of people know who you are. Anyway, especially the ladies. Hey, Brian. Introduce yourself. Tell them about.
I am. If you do not know already, I am Paul, or someone calls me the Paul. I am the Paul, and I'm also the Black Sheep Researcher. I have a channel. I've been Gloria's friend, if you don't know me, for it might be just over a year. So you can see the scars, the mental scars of just knowing her. As you all know, I met Gloria on Brian's show. As you know, I didn't take to her straight away because she was a bit boisterous. But as you get to know her, you see the different side of her. And then you feel like, why did I bother? But I've invested enough time being a friend, so I have to stay where I am. So, unfortunately, once you're in, you're in.
Yeah, I come on a little strong, huh, Paul? Because I'm so adamant. I know what I want to say. I know what I feel. And sometimes I could come on really strong. But for the most part, you got to admit, come on, I got a good heart. I got a good heart.
Well... yeah, you have. Yeah, I must admit, yeah. You know what I mean? And if people don't know, what type of stuff do I do? Well, the stuff I do is just totally different every week. Every video is different. Some of them tie in, or quite a lot of them tie in together, but it's not like exactly Mandela stuff or the effects like Glory does or the symptoms. I cover like ancient history stuff. I have covered Mandela stuff. I cover... Janus stuff, Pythagoras stuff that's interesting to me, and I just want to make videos that raise awareness to what things are happening that some people don't see. And I just always seem to find something interesting every video, and people seem to enjoy it so far.
When you look at it, I mean, we know that we know that reality is an illusion, right? For the most part. I mean, the people that are up know that it's an illusion. It's this great big play, great big stage. And in this reality, there are many hidden little nuggets of gold, just like when you play a video game and you open up a case and they give you a life or they give you ammunition. It's the same thing in this reality. Our creator definitely put little nuggets here and there, and Paul does the research and finds these nuggets. And it's fascinating. I mean, you could go through life and go, okay, everything is fake, everything is an illusion, and that's it. But why do that when there's so much to explore and so many little hints and little breadcrumbs and nuggets everywhere? And we could, you find them and put the pieces together, and it's exciting. It's exciting.
It is. And what is strange is some people sometimes can't get their head around the fact that I'm so impartial. When I do a video, for instance, our research topic, I'm very impartial. I'll just show you what I found, and I'll also show counter arguments if there is any. So it's not the case of I'm following this video, I'm following this path and this guys, this is the only theory that you have to follow. No, I'll show counter arguments. I'll show you other things that people believe in, because it's all perspective in the end of the day, and whatever way you come at things, the perception of this reality is affected by the way you have lived this reality. For instance, whatever background you are, science background, religious background, ancient history background, all these little things like this affect the way you look into the future as such. And that is how people don't seem to get their head around that. I can do a video and I'll just look what I found and I'll show what I found. Most of them, I actually genuinely believe it, whatever I find, but not everything. It's a case of I have to show what I found. It's a journey. For instance, like my last video, I had a sore back in the week and I started looking at stuff to do with the back stretches and that, and I found out the names of the bones and the joints, and it was sacred, and that's what tied into my video. So I started looking into the video and found weird stuff like that. So that's the sort of things that I do, and try and do it in a nice, friendly feeling, good vibe atmosphere, because there's too much negative as a whole in society, and I want to try and broaden my horizons as such in a good positive way, and just meet other friendly people who think the same. Have an open mind on every topic. Don't discount everything. We're here to learn. It's an experience, and we're going to get into this today. It's an adventure. You can call it whatever you want, but it's an experience that we do know, and obviously we do have bad experiences, because we can't have good experiences without the bad. You would never know the difference. So we're going to get into loads of stuff today, and that's basically how me and Glory met on Brian's show. Like I said, I talk about different stuff. Glory was doing the Bible, Mandalas and different things, and anatomy changes and things, and we just hit it off. And eventually she got her own channel, and every now and again we appear and cause some mischief, come up with some different ideas, because people, as Glory will say, people are just so scared of thinking for themselves and thinking different, or actually coming out and saying, I believe this. And they're so scared, because reality, the people in this reality, people are so scared of the neighbors, of people, of their peers getting ridiculed for coming out with some new different theory. And you shouldn't, you know what I mean? You should, I don't know why we always like critical thinkers, but then when you become a critical thinker, you get then ostracized for being a madman, a witch, or whatever. They've done this for millennia. Out of the box thinkers get ridiculed, and the people in the chat, people watching after the videos out in this, we would have been called the witches, the philosophers, different things of ancient times.
That's right.
We're no different. They just looked at the stars. They did this. They did home remedies, all the stuff that we do. So we are actually them, but in a modern day version. And we've just been basically scared into our shell, not to trust our intuition, not to trust the ancient stuff, and go with the modern, go with the farmer. And that's what's bringing the vibration down and the energy down. And that's what's killing us slowly. There you go. That was that little rant out of the way.
No, I definitely agree. I agree with you. It's like people do stereotype. They're like, oh, yeah, you research into this and you're able to do this, or, how do you know anything about me? I've never met you, and how are you so accurate, and blah, blah, blah. And yeah, you could be called a witch. I've been called a witch. Some people are scared of that. Some people don't. I mean, some people just look at it. I mean, it's not like we do Satan worshiping and shit like that. Not that I even believe in Satan, but you know, it's not like that. It's just that some people are really, really intuitive, and you're a very intuitive empath too, Paul. You know, I mean, and you don't really tell people that. I'm sorry if I blew up your shit just now, but you know, and
goodbye.
yeah, and it's like, you know, I will, like, Paul will say, "Good morning, bitch," and that's his way of saying good morning. And I'll be like, "Hey, asshole," and he's like, oh, and he knows, he already felt my energy, and he's like, "What's wrong?" So he already knows, you know. And yes, Metro PC, yes, I am a good witch. If you want to call me a witch, I've been called unique, I've been called strange, but yes, a good witch, I guess, right? If being intuitive and knowing things makes me a witch, then all day long. All day long.
Well, you think about it this way. If you was like the evil mastermind villain, which these guys are, and you think about all the films, what better way to ostracize and categorize people by saying this is witchcraft, this is pagan, this is evil? For them people who are weak-minded, like we was, because we all raise out when we come aware. Some people are like this from birth. They're all right. They come straight out. They've been activated. But the majority of us, even though we are so-called like awake or whatever you want to call it, do sometimes feel like we don't want to be labeled, or we don't want to do this. And that is what they do. They put everything into categories, because that's how a lot of us in society can only grasp. So if you look at him and go, "Oh, he looks a bit dodgy. He must be this. He must be she must be a witch," or this pagan rituals and all that. Because as soon as you say pagan, you think of a devil worshipper, because it's been ingrained from an early age. Pagans, devil worship, blah blah blah, and it's just basically a huge umbrella that any religion that is not a part of the major 4 or 5 get put into. And it was also a derogatory word that the church called people that lived out in the countryside who didn't follow him. So that is how they scare society. Don't do this. This is evil. This is the devil. They needed a boogeyman to tell people, don't do this. Don't be in you know, what's that word? And when you know you're with yourself, and you know yourself, and you can heal, you can do, there's loads of things that we can do that we've been digressed basically from having all these abilities basically to like a Stone Age caveman type of thing. And it's like now we're going back the other way. We're rising out with the ashes, as they say, and we're finding we have all these new abilities. Anatomy is changing, you name it.
You know what, Paul? If they make it look like it's witchcraft, you know, or something evil, then we're not able to help people, because as empaths, it's just our nature. We just help people. It doesn't matter what we got in the bank, what we're going through in our day, how bad anything is in our lives. We will always be there for people, and we're honest. We don't lie. I have no reason to lie to anyone. I will tell you how I feel, and I love with all my heart. And I, just a stranger, I could have a connection with and completely love them. And we could heal that way, because people tend to come to us for advice. They need a shoulder, and they feel comfortable, even though they've never met us before in person. And we give out that energy, and because it's all love and it's all purity. Paul, I don't know, and this is the God's honest truth, I don't know hatred. I don't know what it feels like to truly hate someone. I know what it feels like to be disappointed in someone or to be hurt, but I don't know hate. And I don't ever want to know it. I don't ever want to know it. But if they call us evil, then people will shy away from us. But now people are starting to look at empaths differently, you know, because they feel comfortable around us. They feel safe. They feel like, you know, somebody.
I'm just laughing because Steve Wheatley just said something funny.
Steve, where the hell are you? Okay,
he's in the chat.
But you can flip easy and to destroy your man. But we don't want to go there, Steven. He's such an ass. Like, he's a you. He's a fucking you. I'm sorry. I don't mean to curse. But anyway, like I'm saying, so, you know, empaths get a bad reputation, but it is what it is. And those that are pure heart will find their way to you and not judge, you know.
Yeah. And I said, I'm honest to a T, and I'll tell you, I have judged people in the past. I don't do it now, but I have done, because I'm being honest. And that is what happens. We judge, you know, like the old saying, don't judge a book by its cover. We all do it because we're all trained. We're all indoctrinated to do these things. It's like now when we get to, oh, she's a witch. The words are spellings, but it's also a symbol. because the symbol ties then into witchcraft, pagan, devil worship, and that's how it gets etched into our psyche. It's like when you see like the swastika, people think it's evil. Yeah, it's one of the holiest symbols through the ancient world, but because of that, it's been, you know, made into an evil symbol. Symbols like spellings and words are powerful. You remember them. If, for instance, if I say a word now, or I started singing badly, which I didn't, but if you remember that song that I'm singing, automatically it brings back memories, because memories attach because of the power of the spell.
Right.
It triggers. You cannot think of anything now and not think of a moment I say a word, or you hear a song on the radio. That when you use it that time, your memory at that time, the catchy record or such, basically molded to the song. It's attached to that song and it's there to store. So when you hear that song again, the memory comes instantly back.
Right.
And that's what happens. These sayings, these labels that people who are different get labeled with, stick, and it's very hard to get out. In modern day society, they have like people in the media, you know, they have representatives to glam their image up or do this and this to get out of being labeled something different. And it's no different for even for us. Once you get some idiot who says you are this and other people jump on the bandwagon, it's very hard to get away from that. People with actual common sense, you can actually see it, but these are how things stick. So that's why I always say to people, just watch what you do say, because in text speak, sometimes you saying something, you know, funny and out of jest doesn't come around the emotion in the text, and things get took the wrong way, and everything escalates because of the power of the spell and the labels. So it's just such a hard place when you're on YouTube or if you're into social media. People always say, "Oh, well, words don't hurt." I think words hurt more than the physical, because you remember them because of the power of the energy of the spell. And we just have to stick together and disagree, you know, agree to disagree on certain things. But if you're all about the positive and you're just throwing out different theories, we use this as like an online diary as such. We like talking to each other and just brainstorming. Other people can pick up and resonate with certain topics that we talk about, and it helps them. Like I've said to Gloria many times, if you just help one person out with all your videos, then everything's worthwhile. Just one person, because that one person, then you've changed a life. And that to me is more better than figures or whatever, because you've changed a human being. You've made them come from someone who's not feeling well, or they're having bad thoughts, and you change their reality to where they can see it totally different. How much powerful and emotional does that give you? Do you know what I mean? It's such a beautiful thing and an evil thing, the internet. And that's why I always call it the beast, but we are using it for good. We are like basically fighting back in the only way we can.
Yeah.
There's no point. It's just like saying, sorry, like us or the internet's a beast, will not use it. But then we wouldn't meet you great guys. I wouldn't have met Gloria. I wouldn't have met anyone in the chat. We have to use the negative and turn it to a positive by getting a positive message out, counteracting what they are doing.
Right. And I think getting back on basically the empath stuff, people that are like that, there's not much out there that you could research about it. You know, you have children with autism and their parents, you know, the new thing this year is they wear a blue pumpkin, and, you know, when they go trick-or-treating, you know, if they're wearing a blue pumpkin, then people know that their child has autism, and they come on, you know, like slowly. They don't freak them out. Guys, please, parents that have children with autism, please stop treating the child like it has some kind of illness, because they don't. They are actually so intuitive, so smart that you couldn't even imagine, and they hold it all in, and they're very sensitive to everything around them. It's not an illness. It's a gift. It's a gift. If you just let that child be and treat it just like anybody else, let it hear the noise, let it run like every kid, whatever. And if it freaks out, it freaks out. I'm an adult. I've been an empath all my life, and I guess I could say I have autism. I guess maybe, you know, because I get like that around people at this age. I still do. There are times when I can't leave the house, and this is gonna sound crazy, but I'll get a pillow and go lay in my closet, because even the furniture to me feels loud and overwhelming. And I've been like that my whole life, but there's nothing wrong with that. Let these kids flourish, let them do their thing, because they are extremely gifted and they're the next generation that's going to come in and change the vibrational frequency of this reality, without a doubt. So God bless every one of them. All right. And like you said, Paul, I think it is important, and I'm very grateful that we have, the opportunity to bring this out for people, because, enough is enough. I mean, we've been so divided, and if we're not divided through race and religion, we're divided through just feeling different, always feeling like we never belong here and nobody understands us, when we stick out like a sore thumb. And, there must be something wrong with me because science says this and religion says, being a psychic is evil, and, all this shit. And you kind of become an introvert and a loner. And it's shows like this that help people go, hey, fuck it. I am actually gifted. I'm not broken, because we're not broken. Nobody's broken. All right. So now, Paul, we're going to get into some really cool stuff, which I love. Okay. So I think it was like, I don't even know, less than a week ago, right, Paul?
Yeah.
Paul kind of he'll hit me with something early in the morning, and I'm like, oh my God, I was just thinking about that. Oh my, whatever the case may be, the synchronicity between me and him is oh God, it's weird. The synchronicity between us is completely weird, right? We got into the Zodiac. Well, we've touched back and forth on the Zodiac for like a month already. Paul found a book, Astrology 14, and we're going to get into this whole thing, and I'm going to let you run with it because you got the book and I didn't order it, and I never downloaded it on Kindle. I'm sorry. So go for it.
No, that's the book in question. What it is, it's basically going about, I'm not an astrologer, by the way. I have people good friends that are astrologers and way better than me. I'm just starting to look into that. But I was doing a new video, basically, and I was looking into the 14. So, when you do a generic search, things that can add to 14 different things. And that's just how I research. And I came across this book online. It wasn't online. It was basically talking about the author. And he was talking about how the Zodiac used to be 14 star signs. And that tied into a theory on my last video that I did on my channel. And people have really, really enjoyed it. There's some really things in it that have wowed. And basically, in a way, I'll shorten it down. Basically, we all know about most of us know about the fabled mountain, Mount Meru, of being the center of the universe. In my video, I've theorized, speculated, and show good evidence for the theory that we are Mount Meru, and the sacred place that we used to use is called Sacral, and it was the coccyx. Basically, we had a tail, and all that inside adds up to 14. And I was just thinking now, because when you research, I didn't believe in the giant tree phenomenon that's been going around. I had Mike Guido, and he was on Brian's show, and I don't like going on a show. It was someone coming on and me not actually being able to ask him something or understand. So I had a quick search, and I found out all these tree stumps had something in particular. Every one of these sites had a rare crystal mineral called moissanite, right? And it's only found what you would class as, well, that does look like a tree stump. So was this the trees made out of this, or was this the tree sap solidified like amber? And this was what moissanite is. So anyway, from that knowledge, I've always been wanting to do another video on something. So I believed, when you look at the Book of Enoch, he talks about 14 trees. Why 14? Why mention 14? You would say these trees or these trees. He mentions 14 for a reason. So that got my research juices flowing. So I had a look, and next minute, bang, there was 14 star signs. So I theorized, because I was talking to Gloria, the star signs are energy. Basically, they say it's the gods, and we have their traits. We have basically the power under that star sign. So what better way, like they do, they want to mess with us. They want to change the power of us. So what better way than changing your star sign slightly for some to throw you off, and you pick up different traits. So that was basically why I was looking at this. And then to find out that this guy in 1970 theorized, so it was not just this, there was loads of other people, but this guy theorized in 1970 that there was 14 star signs, 2 missing. We all know most of them. One of them is called Ophiuchus, and that is just above Scorpio. It was an eagle. I've done a video on that called the Celestial Sphinx so long ago that these 4 star signs basically make up everything. But Asphyxius now, I don't know what year it was, got turned into the serpent holder. So he's a man holding a serpent, right? So then I saw that. I thought, yeah, I know about Asphyxius. And then the new star sign is called Cetus, with a Cetus, and he's a whale. Basically, from ancient times, it was supposedly have killed a dromedar or something like that, and it's a whale. And that is what my star sign is. I've always been May the 21st. I've been on either Taurus or Gemini on the cusp, depending on what time I was born. And I've been backward and forward in that all my life. In the new book, I'm Cetus. And some of the traits, well, a lot of the traits that it says is me. So that's why I had to order the book. We was talking about it with Gloria. What better way to change people? You think about it, they're doing it by this, this, and this. And that's what I say. Why lie about going to the moon, vaccines?
You know what? It is so important. Listen, it's just another thing to look at, another thing to help us on your evolution. But they changed everything because you don't know your astrology sign and you don't know what your house is and where your moon is and when your sun is. You're not going to be able to know what your true abilities are. Okay, so it really is that it's so interesting. Even like, we look at the Western zodiac and it's bullshit. You go to Vedic zodiac and it's a little bit more accurate. You go back to what Paul is talking about and you go back, thousands of years, if any, and it's even more accurate. The characteristics are more accurate. And the more research that you do, whatever is out there that we're able to research, you will find it will tell you the person's abilities. And usually every person has 3 very strong abilities. And when you don't know this, you grew up thinking that there's something really fucking wrong with you, right? That you're so odd, you're the oddball. But when you get into astrology, you're like, holy shit, this is like me completely. But they switch it around. Now, in my reality, I've always been told I'm an Aquarius, right? Yeah. We're at 13, which everything across the boards with me at 13, Paul. And that is really weird. The time I was born, the weight added up, my last 4 digits of my social, my birthday, everything is 13 with me. I was born at 213, okay?
Could I just interrupt quickly? And before I'm just noticing Slipping Freedom said, I'm 23rd of August, Leo Virgo. In this, Slipping Freedom.
Don't say anything. We're going to start from the beginning because I'm going to bust your
chops. There you go. I would have told you.
Start from the beginning. And let's tell everybody what their new zodiac sign is according to the 14th zodiac.
Right. What I'll do is I'll just read it out now. We all know basically, obviously, some like the May the 21st, like keep swapping and changing between Gemini. Now we all know that. But according to this, right, you have Pisces, right? Now, as we know, the traditional is roughly, this is a rough date, February the 20th to March the 20th. The new dates are March the 21st to April the 15th. So that is whoever falls into that now, Pisces, according to the book, according to the Astrology 14, is March the 21st to April the 15th. Aries, April the 16th to May the 11th. Right? Cetus, my sign, May the 12th to June the 6th. Right? And what's funny about that is the reason that don't, I'm sorry to interrupt, the reason that is not in so-called Western astrology and now is because the sun only goes into Cetus for 1 day. The ancients use it because you really should use them if the sun goes into that house, and that's why it gets discounted because it only does 1 day. Taurus is June the 7th to July the 2nd. Gemini, July the 3rd to July the 28th. Cancer, July the 29th to August the 23rd. Leo, August the 24th to September the 18th. Virgo, September the 19th to October the 14th. Libra, October the 15th to November the 9th. Scorpio, November the 10th to December the 5th. Asphyxius, December the 6th to December the 31st. Sagittarius, January the 1st to January the 26th. Capricorn, January the 27th to February the 21st, and Aquarius, February the 22nd to March the 20th.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Would you be able to? Because I mean, for me, I would be completely lost at this point to do it. But would you be able to just give out some characteristics to the signs to see if people relate to their new zodiac sign, Paul? Or is that
Yeah, I can read a few out. I'll just start from the Pisces, because that's basically the first one. It appears in the book. It's so intriguing, and like I said, I was never into astrology. I didn't know enough of it, and now I know that it's so important. People can call it devil worship or not, but it's not. It's basically the energies that we contain in us. I believe that they were in 14 trees up into the heavens. That's why it's the connection. I'm just looking for. Would you want them to go through all? Because obviously some of the traits are still to go with that name, isn't it?
Yeah, they're still similar to.
Yeah, I'll read out the Cetus one, because if I read out Pisces, it's still going to be roughly similar.
You see this
in here? It says Pisceans are the best idealists and at their worst drifters. They are not individualists, and in fact seem hardly conscious of their own individuality. And they certainly are not go-getters. They are gentle, shy, sensitive, often hypersensitive, vague, and prone to melancholy.
Okay.
That is for the new Piscean sign. Then you had Aries, which was April the 16th to May the 11th. Like I said, it talks about a lot of stuff, and then it goes into actually tell you who was born, anyone, a celebrity born on that day. So I'm just trying to look for it. So it's all different out of the book. It's like a book, and it tells you about the different star signs. It's so crazy, and it's all over the place. I mean, Cetus, that was spot on to me. It says I like the limelight a little bit, which I do. And it talks about how I'm coming out my character, which I am. Do you know what I mean? So I am slowly coming out and showing my true self. Glory knows this by some of the things that she's seen lately. But what I can say, guys, is you can imagine this is just a book. And it's not like what you will think a book is. It's not like your astrology. It's actually telling you, like, the celebrity people and stuff that was born on that day, what are your traits in a little bit. But this was done in the 70s, and it goes into slight traits. You know what I mean? But like Gloria says, it's just intriguing. And at the back, I've not really read it yet, and it really goes into telling you about why astrology is flawed at the minute. And stuff like that I've not really got to, and it's actually telling you why they're doing this. You know what I mean? Basically, it's our energy, it's a part of us.
Yeah, but some people get upset, and they're like, "No, I'm a true Aquarius. I know what the characteristics are of Aquarius," because they told you that's what the characteristics are of Aquarius. What if it's really the characteristics of Capricorn, but they told you it's characteristics of Aquarius? Then you wouldn't be defending Aquarius so much. I mean, it's a hard thing to wrap your mind around, because you're told these are the signs and this is the characteristics of the signs, but they could have switched it. We don't even know what fucking timeline we're on.
Yeah.
We don't even know what date it actually is. Okay. And another thing, Paul, that I find interesting, that when we went into this whole thing with the 14 zodiac, I remember when the Mandela thing hit, all of a sudden there were 13 zodiac signs. Yeah. There was no mention of the 14 zodiac. Absolutely none. And I've done research on this, guys. Come on. Now we have a 14. But you also found that other civilizations had more than 14, right?
Yeah. I was told the Dogons had 18. Some people only had 10. But for instance, this one that I'm talking about, this was included in, Ptolemy, basically what a lot of the astrology is still gone off. He included like Cetus and Ficus into that. And then you got to ask yourself, like we've just said, why would you change it if not to knock us off? It's brilliant. Like an evil mastermind type of thing, because a lot of people, like I said, really go into it.
Yeah,
great deal. They'll believe their trait, blah blah blah. And when I've put this book, it's had someone like, wow, and some people, well, I'm not this. I'm always been this. And I'm not having. It's like he said, I'm not having a go. I'm just saying this is what's in this book. This man did this in the 1970s, and he talks about people won't read it. It was really hard to find, and you can understand why, because like indoctrination, even astrology everything's been indoctrinated. So you were believed you were this, and even this guy could be slightly off. It could be even more things to do with it. But you should never restrict yourself to one train of thought. You should always want to learn more. This is what's in us naturally. We're here to experience life. And like, you know what I mean? If you was into space as younger and like the Enterprise, they are explorers. We're exploring life on a day-to-day.
Yeah. Like I said, a person could go and go, hey, this is an illusion. Okay, I get it. I know what I am, and live life and just do that. But what fun is it? What fun is it? Like I said, let's look for all the little breadcrumbs and get to know more and more about ourselves.
Well, if you think of Tony Glory, if you think about it, what you said is right. If I say to you enough times, if I say to you, you do this, you do this, eventually you do that then, and you start to believe in that. You tell someone enough times this, they believe it. Do you know what I mean? So that's what they're doing. They're getting you to believe a different type of system to fit into their reality, because they want us off guard, following different paths, not united.
Yeah. And you know, because a lot of people, not to get into this topic, because I'm definitely not going to do that, but a lot of people fear, you know, how far we're advancing in technology. And it's like, oh, D-Wave computers and this and 5G. Hey, guys, it's only going to benefit us because we get to do more research and we get to find out more things, and it's just going to benefit us. So there's really nothing to be afraid of when it comes to, you know, technology being what it is and what it's becoming. On another note, yeah, they lie because they throw us off. They have to throw us off. And that's okay. You know, maybe it's just part of the story. And it's like, oh, the little children going on an Easter egg hunt, right?
Yeah.
Find out for themselves. And like I said, the more that you do, the more that you understand a lot about yourself. Because even though, Paul, we do videos and we put out messages and we try to, you know, help people and have them understand things, at the same time, we're helping ourselves too.
Yeah.
As we're teaching, well, I hate to say teaching, but as we're showing others, we're showing ourselves. So, but as far as the lying, I mean, we could look at this too. Okay, we got into another thing, right? Let's talk about how many crystals, the human body, what is the human body made up of? So we're told, was it 7 crystals?
14.
It's 14.
Yeah, that is what they say. So that's what intrigued me. Something just come up my computer saying, yeah, that's what intrigued me. I was looking into the 14 for my video, not to backtrack a little bit, but they hide stuff in plain sight, just like the coccyx I talk about used to be our connection.
Wait, just one second, Paul. I don't mean to cut you off, because I just want to go with this whole 5G thing. No, you see, if you want to fear the 5G, then go ahead. You have to look at things in an opposite way. If they're telling you, oh, you know, the rumor is 5G is going to do this and 5G is going to do that, you know what? Then you're not going to use it to your advantage. Yeah, all right. Granted, the frequencies will probably fuck with our heads, but they fuck with our heads now anyway. We don't need 5G for them to do that. They've been doing it to us forever. Okay, there's nothing to fear. But like I said, if rumor goes out, oh, we're going to do 5G, let everybody fear it. Let's spread the word so they don't use it to their advantage. Then you just fell into that trap. But for me, 5G will not affect me. I'm sorry, it will not affect me. I'm so sorry, Paul, to cut you off. I just had to address that because.
Well, yeah, like I said, me and Glory don't agree on everything. Like I said, I know about 5G and I know it is harmful. But the message what Glory's trying to be, and obviously trying to, you know, she believes it, you know, with us anyway, which they do. But I do know 5G and what it is and the radiation waves, and that will obviously over the foot with our heads, but also with our bodies. And that's why they're cutting down the trees, because it's only a short type of wave. It only goes 250 meters or something like that. So that's why they're chopping all the trees down. But if you whip up enough frenzy over a topic, you know what I mean? And you actually start getting the fear and then lowering yourself down. But like I said, I'm not discounting. I know Glory's not, but she's just trying to put a more positive spin on it. But what I was going back to, right, is they hide things in plain sight a lot of times. I theorized that they were using the coccyx to a connection to either the trees or something, a genuine creator. And that might sound crazy, but the names of the
I don't know if I was ready for this one.
Well,
okay, you already mentioned it. Let's go. This is big. Okay, go ahead.
No, this is about what we're talking about now. See, you've lost me.
No, I know, but it's like you mentioned the coccyx. Go ahead, go. It's fucking awesome. Go.
Yeah, but we can, you know what I mean? So, yeah. Like I said, we have no notes, so she'll shout at me later and cut me man on hood for going against it. But like I said, I wing it, right? So your coccyx, right, which is a bone down below, it's called the tailbone. I believe that's what we connected to these trees, like Avatar in plain sight. But think about it. Its other name in Latin is called a cuckoo. It's basically cuckoo. A cuckoo hides its eggs in plain sight in other nests, basically letting them bring them up. So it's like a parasite in a word, but it's in plain sight. Its other names are sangrel and sangrum. These are all sacred words to mean to have a sacred right. So why call something that is useless sacred? Like we sacrificed it, right? And this will go into something else that we're going to talk about later, possibly why we sacrificed it. And we'll go into that later. But it all
that also serves no purpose in the human body, along with the appendix, along with the tonsils, along with these things we are told serve no purpose in the human body. And me and Paul, I don't know, Paul, I think it was the last show we did or the show before, I don't even remember, but we talked about, you know, our bodies need to be energized because we're being really like screwed up with all the frequencies that are going on and shit like that. And it's depleting us. We have sleep deprivation. I mean, all of it, we just have no energy, and we're told to get our energy through food and through supplements and yada, yada, yada. And me and Paul went back with this since the show that we did. And we're like, there has to be another way, you know, other than wearing crystals and being grounded to regenerate, I can't say that word, the body to completely get that, you know, energized feeling again. And that's when he did some research on that part of the body, which I have to agree with him 100%, because what they tell us is useless is not.
Yeah. So why call something useless sacred? And it actually adds up to 14. So there's all these things. And I found a Neolithic picture of Mount Meru, turned it around, and it was near enough identical.
Do you want to show it?
It would take so long. It's on my videos. I've just deleted it all. I should have kept it. But wait up, we got it on my iPad. I can show it still. Might still have it for you now. Yeah, so I'll get onto the crystals in a second. I'm all over the place, but it's because I enjoy it. I'll just get it now. Just go to the pictures. Make sure I know it's all key. So that was the original picture that I found. It's from a Neolithic pottery, and as you can see, can everyone see it? So you can see it.
Yep.
Right. So there it is. That's a picture of Mount Meru. Right. As soon as I saw that, it's just me. My mind went, "Boof, that looks like something," and that is it. That is the coccyx and all the sacral nerves. And you can see there's Mount Meru at the top, the peak. It had, if you see it, I actually coloured it in so you could see it more better.
Which also could be looked at as another pineal gland, but we won't get into it.
You see, sacral nerves, the coccyx, and the cauda equina, which was at the bottom. And I'll show you that again so you can see it. There's the cauda equina at the bottom. There you go, that little bit there. So everything was there. And why call it sacred if it's not for a specific reason?
Right.
And there's just loads in it. And it's like that saying, what do we all say? We hear a lot. As above, so below, right? I changed that round. Pineal gland, as above. Coccyx, the other sacred connection, down below, so below. This is the Wi-Fi connection. This is the LAN connection that we call, basically, you know, the hard line to your computer. Yes, the fastest internet. It's not Wi-Fi. It's the straight LAN connection. This is what it is. That was our hard connection to recharge, to recalibrate. And this was our Wi-Fi connection. We cut, we sacrificed, or did they sacrifice for us? And it got removed. Some people are still born with it, but I believe it's not to its true ability. Right. So go back to muddle up the 14 crystals. So some of the crystals like we have in our body, we have adrenaline is crystal, serotonin is crystal, melatonin is crystal. You then have calcite crystals in your ear for balance. Your teeth is crystals too. Your skeleton is 67% crystal. So these crystals are all over the body. Why? Because they're one of the best things to harness and power energy.
Conductors.
And you can find out, and light, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you have also loads of other crystals, some so-called what they don't do good things. You know what I mean? You have in your urine and different things. You have uric acid crystals. You have oxalate crystals. There's something called hippuite crystals, phosphate. You have one called cholesterol is a crystal.
Interesting.
So you can see all these different crystals. Do you want me to show them?
Yeah, that would be great. Sure.
Let me just share the screen. Right, share screen.
I'm waiting to share, and then I'll put it on. I'm learning, guys, because this is not Google. Google's a little easier. Google Hangouts is a little easier, but.
So there you can see they're just some of the other crystals that's in your body. Some are classed as abnormal crystals. I believe some are entered, basically through vaccines and different things. But apart from the huge crystals and the good crystals that I've just talked about, being in the ear, in the adrenaline, in your teeth, in your ears for balance, these are the also crystals that we don't see at a magnified level, like sulfur and indivina, you know what I mean? So there's a lot of research needs to be done on these. I can't click over because something we're going to talk about will appear next, but it is a journey, guys. People ridicule any type of research into crystals, hence the church ridiculing, making it as pagan. When in fact we're made of crystals. The crystals throughout the world, if you believe it to be globe, if you believe it to be flat, if you believe it concave, if you believe it's this, you can't take away the fact that the veins of the earth are crystal for a reason.
Right. And that's why,
you know what I mean? It's there for a reason. It's to harness the energy and it's basically they're good for storing memory, because we talk about it all the time. Memory waves, memory bubble, all our theories. Water, you freeze that, turns to a crystal. Everything, it could be crystalline because of its power to store memory. And they basically use this all against us, make us ridicule it when we should embrace everything. What's wrong with embracing everything? Do you know what I mean? I know that you can class all some things you can't, obviously, yeah. Do you know what I mean? Common sense type of thing. But I'm seeing more and more people now asking me questions. Is it okay if I ask you this because I know you're not this or this?
Mm-hmm.
People are going to, I was talking to a friend today, and people are starting to be scared of asking you this, because some people don't like it and then go on a defensive. We're here to learn. What's wrong with asking a question?
Paul, I look at it this way, and I don't remember the verse in the Bible, but there's one part that says that God created the birds and basically he feeds them. They don't worry about where their food is coming from because he feeds them. And it's the same thing with his children. We're here and we don't need all the food that we think we need and anything like that. We are crystals. We are made. This body is made. This memory suit is made up of crystals. Yeah. And he's provided us with everything that we need right here. And we're told that it's all evil. I just wanted to address Metro's question. He asked me about crystals if I buy them online. I have bought online, but for me, like I have a local place over here called the Oracle, and I go there because with crystals, for me, I have to pick them up and hold them because there are some that I will pick up and it will just freak me out. Like my body reacts to it in a negative way. So, and then I put it down. So for me, it's certain kind of crystals that I pick up and I feel amazing, So you try to find a local place if you can before buying them online, because like I said, you get different vibrational feelings throughout your body with each crystal.
And I've just want to answer a quick question. Stephen, obviously not seen my video. Stephen Wheatley. If water is crystal, maybe the dome is also made of crystal. Where were you weeks ago when I did my video?
Shame on you, Stephen.
I know. Shame on you.
Well, at least he did it on his own, right?
Basically, if people are wondering what's he talking about, I believe the dome is liquid crystal. It says it's in the Bible. It tells you it's made of glass crystal in the Bible. And I've shown the video. I showed people how lightning is made using crystal. It's called piezoelectric. We have waters above, waters below. Water, as we know, is pressure. Put pressure down on a crystal, it creates electric and electromagnetism.
That's right.
That is why we have lightning. And it's as easy as that. They have generators now that when cars run over, they hit the generators and it creates the spark and it creates free energy. We don't use these things.
Right. I think it's amazing the way lightning kind of, I guess, affects the ground and puts the energy in the ground. And when we walk barefoot on grass and whatever, we get that energy. Yeah. It's like we're plugging in, and that's how the earth is energized.
I mean, we have no documentation how we was created, the earth was created. We have the Bible, and we have the Bible's variations through different civilizations. You know what I mean? With some say we came from the Ben stone, you know, the mound in Egyptian, and we came out the order of the sea of chaos, and like that. Our Bible says, you know, God created, you know, out of the waters, he created, you know, a void in the waters. So if you think about that, that means we're water all the way around us. The water is us. That's our soul. That's our one wave. This is where we come from. That is the Akashic records, right? So we're in between. What we breathe is a gas, a liquid, little minute memory bubbles of the Akashic records. All information stored in it. It's that simple. It doesn't. You can believe in it concave. You can believe in flat. I believe it's all of the above.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? People seem to lose friends over how this. We are more important to me. That's just my personal opinion. I care more about people, you, and Gloria. Yeah, Gloria, and what shape it is. I want to know what shape it is, and I'm intrigued. And I was doing research on this ages ago and got ridiculed in movements for doing this type of research. People matter. They want us. The ego wants you to fight and create division, and that's it. Less the ego. That's how we learn. What's wrong with going in a room and brainstorming? What do you think about this? Bang! Oh, that's a great idea. I did not think of that, and that will help you.
Right.
I've seen people who are still saying the same stuff of being in a certain movement for years. Nothing's changed.
Right.
You're stagnating. You're not learning. We're here to learn, experience this life.
It's not
boring if we stay still.
It's not like we're saying, oh, go against government and everybody's lying in this world. No, we're not doing anything like that, guys. What we're trying to say is there are things out there. Think about it. God did not create us and put us here because we're being punished. This is a beautiful experience. Yeah, there's fucked up things that go on in this world. I get it. I understand it. But for the most part, you could find the beauty in almost everything, you know? And like I said, everything is here for us. I mean, you know, some of the ancients, they spoke about, you know, alternatives to medicine. I mean, you know, just using herbs and just, you know, Edgar Cayce also did a whole big thing on, you know, like mineral oil for depression and all this shit, you know, copper and gold and how it affects cholesterol and all these things. These things are out there for us. Yeah. But aside from the vegetation, okay, that could help. And, you know, oh, well, they put asbestos and blah, 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 whatever. There are other things that you don't have to ingest, that you can just, like we're talking about, like just have crystals or burn incense. There are certain smells that raise your frequency. I know for me, you know, I burn incense almost all day long because it just does something to me. Certain smells. Some people are very sensitive to smells, but we're just putting it out there that there's ways, you know, there's ways to get through the day. There's ways to fix a lot of things that you think are wrong, you know, depression, melancholy, whatever the case may be. There are things out there. We weren't left empty-handed. We were left with a sack of invisible stuff that we have to go find for ourselves, you know, and doing that. Paul, you're such a psycho.
I'm just messing with me lamp then, get it.
Some questions. Can you go in if anybody's got any questions?
Well, what I'll do is I'll say a quick shout out to the chat. Okay. We have Glass Onion, Stephen Wheatley, my calm nature. You can kiss my ass. Right, Voynich, hello, my friend. We have Bessie Wolf, hello. P900 Cool Picks, hello. What's name? Metro PC, Fast Teddy, Flat Ted, Susan Picano, Striker. Who else? We got Stephen Wheatley again.
He's everywhere.
Yeah, Tracy. Hello, Tracy, my friend. Michael Healy, hello. Sister Sensei or Sensei, how we pronounce it. Hello. And Rick Swain. Who else have we missed out? Omniversal. Hello. That's a new name for me. So hello. Oh God, Stephen Willie again. Oh my God, man. Lisa Avery.
Personalities. All his personalities is showing up right now. Yeah. Stephen. All right. You know what? All right. Let's
Second freedoms.
Let's get into Glass Union. Okay. Yeah. His name used to be Glass Onion, but he changed it to Glass Union.
You want to get into Glass Union?
Let's get into Are We Dead?
Right. Okay. That was a question a lot of people. My good friend Philip, the astrologer, he was talking and asking me the same day. The same day. Well, the afternoon after. You know, you said in the morning, "Are we dead, Paul?" And I went, "Come here, and I'll punch you in the face first." But yeah, do you mean a lot of people are asking this question, and I'm seeing it a lot. So that got us to think. And Gloria was saying, "Are we dead, Paul?" And she was brainstorming. And I come out with a different theory that you seem to like more than Are We Dead? Now, do you want me to go into it, or do you want to actually talk about it first?
Yeah, let me just talk about it really quick. Okay, on my videos, guys, I talk about a lot what's going on right now with the dream state versus the awake state. There is some kind of there's a merging going on. There is definitely a merging going on because the dream state is way too real. Way too, it just feels more comfortable. There are limitations now. You're waking up exhausted from it completely. Like I said, it feels like we don't get any sleep. And I do feel like we are merging. So I had brought up to Paul, I says, you know, I know that we've died many times and we don't know about it in this experience, in this reality. We've definitely died many times and you know, we don't know we did. Okay. I think I got into that. I don't really want to get into that too much, but the fact that we are definitely merging with the dream state makes me think, and I'm like, okay, what's going on? It's either we are starting to realize because we've died so many times and there were so many subtle changes. And now we're starting to wake up and go, hey, wait a minute, something's up. This is not real. You know, you got buildings popping up, the Mandela effect, blah, blah, blah. So we actually waking up to the fact that we really are dead, or we are merging into the dream state. Our dream is becoming our new reality because the frequency is different and different there. We can't be harmed. We can't. I mean, yeah, we have crazy dreams and shit, but for the most part, they can't harm us there. So it's like if you look at Dolores Cannon, it's kind of like what she talked about. It's like the new earth kind of thing where people are merging. They're merging into that, and that's considered the new earth, the new experience, the new reality. I am definitely leaning towards that, and me and Paul talked about it, and of course, Paul is brilliant, and he put it together for us. And take it away.
I just make shit up. What? I mean, it makes it, like I said, this is what I do when I'm learning. I try and think of how the question I ask or someone else asks me, how would my mind work it to that it makes sense? So that's just how I do it. Now I'll let me just get it up first before the screen share, and then I don't have to wait.
Definitely something we are definitely in. We're merging. And
yeah.
like those people who don't know who Dolores Cannon is, check it out. I mean, she's deceased now, but she had some interesting things to say about it. Right. Where people think you're going to wake up and be in a different reality. You know, it's a slow merging, and it is happening. Believe it or not, it doesn't make a difference to me. You know.
Right, so here we go. There we go, guys. You can see it on the screen. Right, it's what people know as the Vices Pisces or whatever, or the Vicious Pisces, whatever you want to call it. And this is what I've had in my mind for a long time. I was talking to Gloria about how the dream world, the magical realm, heaven, and the hell is the physical. That is our physical body. Me and Gloria believe we are physical. Everything else is vibration around us, because vibration is the best way to affect a medium, to affect crystal, to affect water, which is us, right? We are in between. We are the veil. So when our consciousness, right, starts rising to a new level, which it is, because everyone knows we are seeing things that we're not supposed to see. Everything is merging from the magical and the physical together. Why would it? It has to be. Will we have to be in the middle? We're both seeping through. Well, the purgatory is different to what people are told. You go there, if before hell or heaven, you're left in purgatory in the middle. But purgatory means purifier, to purify, right? So if we are living in a reality where everything is an experience, or if we did in fact sin and we have to purify by experiencing life, we are the veil in the middle. So this is why heaven and hell, the physical, the magical, that is basically all around us. And the reason we are getting so inundated with these new realities, because the veil, which is us, is thinning, because our consciousness is getting to a stage now where we are at such a high level. We can see the magical and we can feel the physical still, but we have all these waking dreams. We're seeing all the Mandela effects, because everything is, the Akachi record is pre-recorded. It's all there. So we are seeing things before time or ahead of time or other people's stuff. We are the veil, Elvi, and Elvi, and another anagram is what people class as evil, but isn't also Elvi is God force as well. So the veil is a God force put in place because we are not ready to feel the magical and the physical in the one realm. So as the veil is thinning due to us consciousness raising and outside forces, like, changing the frequencies and different things, and it's changing a lot of things around us. But Elvi, which is us, it's a God force. It's the veil. We are the veil. What better way? It's like the Mount Meru being hiding in plain sight in us. We are the veil. Wow. If you think to people of the veil, where's the veil? And no one knows what it is. Is it in the gap between the molecules, or what is it? It's us. Have you noticed? We are the ones that is changing. We are changing the reality around us. So the veil has to be like a safety net that God put in place to basically protect us, because we are not worthy, or we are not at that stage humble enough or have the brain capacity to control these things, or did we abuse it too much? And when we so-called got cast down or this, or we sinned, the veil was then put in place to rescind over time. So the more we learn, more we experience, the greater the knowledge we amass around us and in us. So that is what's happening. The veil is us. We are thinning. So we are experiencing the magical realm, which we all are. You know what? We're experiencing the physical realities of where we are.
I look at it like this too. Like, those that are parents, you just don't go and throw your children out there at the age of 3 and say, okay, go fend for yourself. Although my mom did that to me at the age of 7, but hey, pack your bags and go find a place to live, or go fend for yourself. We don't do that. So God's not doing that with us. We're his creation, we're his children. And it's like, okay, you guys are advancing, you're getting it. We're going to put you in the middle. You guys, we're going to put you in the middle. And I don't believe that we sin. I don't believe that there's such thing as sin. I believe that everything is an experience. Everything is part of a story. And without the sin, you're not going to have the story. So you have to have the good and the bad. Do we have a little bit more bad than good? It sure as hell feels like it, but it doesn't matter, because we're transitioning out of here. And it's not that this is a physical out of here. It's a different vibration, and that's like a whole new thing. But we are in the middle, and God's basically saying, okay, you guys are graduating. Okay, you know a little bit more, and you are the veil, and now I'm going to show you more. I'm going to show you, and he gives you what you could handle. Go ahead.
Yeah, and if you think about it, this is like anything. My veil could be thicker, meaning I take longer to see the truth.
Right.
Or Gloria's could be really, really thin, or she has none from birth. Because we see people with such abilities from birth, they are activated. The veil is so thin or gone, and then and it's a journey. Then people are ready to experience whatever thing is around them, and hence why we talk about it now. When people actually see the veil for the first time, we see the truth, And it's like, whoa. Do you mean sometimes people are just not meant to see without the veil what people call sheep? I don't like using them labels because some of the best people I know don't look into what I look into, but they are a good soul. They're a good person. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but
It's just that they're not ready or they just physically can't see it. Hence, I've done videos on it called The Truth Wavelength. These people doesn't mean they're bad. It just means they're not ready or the veil is too thick.
it's the
It's like
same
a
thing.
force field.
It's the same thing like when you're in school, right? And it comes time for, you know, promotion. Not your whole class gets promoted. Some are left behind. But that's okay because it's their own evolution, it's their own journey.
Yes, their own path, yeah. And we all have to accept we're on a different path. We see different things. I mean, how many times have you been talking to someone and you're showing them physical proof of something and they still can't see it? And you're like,
comprehend it now.
oh my God, how can you not? Because their time's not ready.
Right. And I know people
can't comprehend it.
People that are absolutely like you, Paul, not like you in general. I'm just saying like what you just said. I know people that are absolutely beautiful souls and they're not awake. They have no idea. It's the beginning for them. You know, it starts out, I don't know how many times we're incarnated to become at this level that we're at right now, but it does start with the heart, you know, and when you live a life without hatred and you don't know what hatred means anymore, and you just try to be the best person that you can. And some people get scared of that. They're like, oh, this person must be fake because I've never met anybody as caring and loving and they kind of shy away. They get scared. They run away. Some people aren't ready for people like that in their lives. Some people are, whatever the case may be. But it starts with that. And that's the beginning of their journey. And when I meet people like that and they just smile and they're so beautiful, but yet they're not up. They're not awake. And you see the love in their eyes, it makes me happy because I know this is the beginning of their evolution. Yeah. And they will be back many, many times and then eventually be at this place that, you know, a majority of us are right now, you know, which you have to admit was a little fuckery and it still is. Yeah. But
if you think about it, wouldn't it be boring if we was all woke? Do you mean we need the balance? And obviously at the minute, the balance is swayed in the wrong direction, but we're fighting back in the way we do. And this is what we do by doing this. If you think about it, I'm talking now and the energy of me is using the evil and it's going through. And some things that I talk about, if you can understand me, resonates. Some stuff don't. Well, that's fine. People seem to be like, oh my God, yeah, you made a good point, but I don't like that. It's okay.
They always said what you take an interest in is what you will absorb. And it's the same thing as being a kid and being in school, right? Some kids just don't get math no matter how much you try to drill it in their head. Some people don't get history. It's what resonates with you is what you're going to remember, right?
Yeah. And it's like that, what I talked about so long ago. People like, you know, when people were dyslexic, like I'm dyslexic, and I was talking about because of the written spell, is this Mother Nature, God fighting back, making, and obviously dyslexia, is that breaking the spell because I can't read the power, the spell? Is that the reason why I'm not as indoctrinated as some? Because the word of that spell is not having effect on me because I can't read it. I'm seeing it different. You know what I mean? So you know what? Things like this, and we don't have to take our word for that's law. We're just brainstorming. We're just sharing ideas with like-minded people, but like-minded people can disagree. And nowadays, some people are just scared to disagree. They think if I disagree, I'm not your friend. No, I don't want to go into a room and everyone say, yes, Paul, yes, Paul, yes, Paul, I agree. I don't. Where am I going to learn from that? I learn best from listening to other people's beliefs, other people's stories, different to me, because that triggers me. I don't want to walk into a room and everyone will agree with me because it's boring. You don't want to listen to the same song played constantly because it ruins it. Mm-hmm. So you want to go in and you want to go into talk to someone who has a load of records and plays different ones, because that's how I learn. Some people learn differently, but you just don't want to see the same message. You don't want to hear, well, if you believe in this, please unfriend me. Why? What's wrong with having variety?
Well, you know what? Then you have some that are awake, but at the same time hold on to the scriptures, the Bible, with their life. And it's like, you gotta let it go, because just like everything around us is being manipulated and we're being lied to, So is the book. Don't get me wrong. There are some things in there that are absolutely beautiful. There are verses in there that make my hair stand. Yeah, and there is some truth. But for the most part, it has been created by man, people. And unless you learn to let go of that, you're not going to fully awake. If you think that someone is going to come and save you, no one's coming to save you, because you don't need saving. You're here to learn. You're here to grow. Okay, well, Jesus was God's only son, and he can No, he's not God's only son. We're all God's children, every one of us. And if you understand anything that Jesus was trying to say, he was preparing you for now, to open your eyes, to know what you are. And just like he said, you throw sticks and rock, whatever he said, you throw rocks at me, you condemn me. Why? Because did I say that I was God's only son? We are all God's children. He says that, but yet people don't hear it. They hear he was the only person, he was God's son, and we destroyed him. He specifically says we are all God's children, all of us, that there is nothing special about him. But yet the church and I don't want to go religion, indoctrination and bullshit. But if you're going to be awake, you got to let go of religion. I don't have a religion, Paul. We believe in God. We believe in a creative. If Jesus was in fact the person that did come here, then he was my brother, just like everybody else. And I have the utmost respect and love him. My brother, not my savior. Not my savior. I don't have to go to church to tell the priest my fucking sins, so he has the authority to forgive me. No, my Father forgives me, not a man behind a fucking wall. I'm sorry. I get heated with this shit. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
See, look what you've done. You know what I mean? I just want to bring up a good point that Glass Union, aka Onion, said. It's not about agreeing, it's about sharing experience. Well, like we just said, if this world is about experiencing different things, if you just want to experience the one thing, wouldn't that take you longer to get to wherever we are supposed to be getting? You need to learn. We need to learn. Oh my God, I get so excited. And you know what I mean? I'm always hitting Glass Union, Onion, don't know why he's changed it, Gloria, and other friends with what's going on in my head. Because I get excited, I want to share it. Am I right? No, it's just my journey, my path I've took. That is what I've revealed. Sometimes we'll share a path, and that is when things resonate with people. We're sharing the path. Then we'll branch off because it's the why, it's the forking of the path. But we will share the same path from time to time. And this is when things resonate with each other because we're on the same path. Then you will take your own path and go away, but you will soon become again. We'll soon meet again on other topics. So This is what life is. It's about taking a different path, but reuniting somewhere down the line. And people are scared to go that way. You'll always come back. Do you know what I mean? It's just, you just have to enjoy life. Life is so hard. We need good people, good energy, good souls, good minds. And you don't have to have a YouTube channel to have a good mind. Some of the best people I know don't even come onto this channel, like my good friend Emma and different things like that. These are good minds, but they don't want to be seen. I didn't want to be seen. But I just woke up one day and I felt the need to create my own channel because I wanted to do different stuff. I wanted to get my message out, use it to store my wild, crazy things. And we're here today on Gloria's channel, sharing our ideas, right or wrong. It doesn't matter. We're still sharing, you're still learning, and we're still experiencing. Nothing wrong with that. And I've met the best people I know from being on Brian's channel, on Gloria's channel, on my own channel. And for 99.99, I'd say 100, everyone gets along because they respect that difference. They expect we're all on a different path sometimes. So when I'm on a different path, whatever I'm looking at looks different to what you are looking at. Hence, you are learning that different perspective.
It doesn't matter.
The same road all the time, you see the same things. It gets boring.
It doesn't matter how you get there, whether you get there plane, train, automobile. It don't matter because in the end, we are all going to get there and we're all going to find the same answer to the questions we've been seeking. Seek and ye shall find. we will all get there. Like I said, man, it don't matter what my way of getting there, what Paul's way of, some people resonate with us, some people don't. Some people have their own. It don't matter. For the most part, let's love each other. Let's respect each other, because our journey is definitely personal to us, to just us. It's a personal journey, you know, but we will all get there regardless. Paul, can you do me a favor? Can you answer some questions, guys? If you have questions, you know, and you want to know our kind of input on it, start asking away.
If anyone wants to ask me or Gloria questions, just please throw them out in the live comments, and we will answer questions or theories or expand on anything that you know you just want to hear our perspective on.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, I mean, you look at it and you go, you have some people that view and they view because they gravitate to what we're discussing, and then you have some people that are like, no, you know what you're saying, I don't believe that. Then it's not time. Then don't view it yet. It's not time. Or maybe that doesn't become your beliefs, whatever the case may be. But to be confrontational, you know, to be like, you're wrong. There's no reason for it. There's no reason for it, you know. So, but for the most part, let's see if anybody has any questions.
I mean, like I said, there's so much things that we can do. Like I said, we join again. We're doing this video with me and Gloria. And then we all go and do our different things. It's just so brilliant that you can experience the difference in life and make it so interesting. You know what I mean? I just can't get enough of learning. Like I said, I wake up every morning and I love it. The new day. What can I learn today? And never discount anything, because some of the things I've not discounted is come back and I'm like, wow, I can see the connection now, because everything is connected in a weird, strange way that people can pick on, and I do eventually, you know what I mean? I don't see everything.
No, but we definitely feel everything, right, Paul?
Yeah, definitely. And it's crazy. Yeah, I mean, so we are tuning thought, we send and receive vibration, which also creates energy, piezoelectric based off a liquid crystal. Yeah, do you mean people, like I said, I'm not a flat earther or anything, but I just take in any knowledge. So when I was going to different groups and seeing this and this, I thought, how can I explain how lightning is created and different things? I've done so much research on the crystals. For instance, Vogel, who used quartz crystal in the IBM computers, I think he's dead now, but he's then set up his own crystal, you know, the company in his name. But he's gone on record as saying he looked under a microscope at liquid crystals, and what he was thinking, the crystals underneath morphed into what he was thinking. And that changed him. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
And the crystal, like the cut he used, for instance, now is like the tree of life type of thing. And some people just have to experience how, for instance, sorry to track back. I did that post a few weeks ago, didn't I, Gloria, on crystals, basically going through it all, showing you how much crystals we have on us, what effect it has, what in nature, you name it. I did the same post last year, roughly to the year, because it popped up in my memories, had like 3 likes, and that was it. No one really took much notice. I did the same post 3 weeks ago, and it's got 100 odd shares plus so many likes. Do you know what I mean? And people resonate with it now, because some people are now seeing a fact for what it is. We're being lied to. Why are we being lied to? These are the questions. You don't have to believe in it, for instance, but don't be scared to look into it. For instance, you might believe this, you might believe that. It's different to me. That's brilliant, because we all have our path, but don't be scared to look into a topic that might counteract what you believe in. That's what happens to people because of the egos. Oh, well, I believe in this, I believe in that. I can't look at that because the answers that's telling me change my belief on what this is. Well, you stagnate. If you're actually seeing that and it counteracts what you're saying, it means you're not totally believing in this. So you have to then go over to that, use it, embrace it.
Yeah.
And that's what we should do.
Wow.
Well, any questions? Anyone?
Well, Tracy, we're definitely here for you, and we're definitely part of a tribe, without a doubt. Somebody had mentioned, I'm trying to look for the comment and I can't find it. Yeah, I say, like, who's to say that, you know, our realities are different? Who's to say? I'm like, what is the color red? Who, you know, you don't know if the color red is the same as my color red, or what the hell is red anyway?
Exactly. And what happens if you're colorblind? Are you seeing it for what it is?
You know, it's really funny too, because for those that are very that are empaths, we're able to, you could actually close your eyes and somebody could put an object in your hand and you will know what the feeling is. Like, for instance, like if I play cards with my son and just for the hell of it, I'm like, hey, let's do something. He's like, okay. I'm like, hold the card up, but don't show me what it is. And I'll tell you whether it's black or red. So after the first 4 times of doing it, my brain knows what the color red is because it has a feeling in the color black. So he'll pick it up and I'll go red, he'll go right. Black, right. And, you know, and when you get like 60 out of 70 something cards right, you're onto something because everything has a feeling. So who's to say that red is even a color? It's just attached to a vibration that you could know, that you could get to understand. And this is why when I go to casinos, they kind of like want to follow me around. You know, I'm really serious. Even like the last time, they're like, yeah, I'm not counting cards. I don't know how to do that. But after a while, I understand the vibrational patterns. I understand the colors before turning them over. You know, the suits are different. Numbers are a little different for me, but it's more color. But yeah, I mean, we're all different. We all pick up things differently. Anything else? My father, red, green, color, white. Oh yeah, with me, it's actually, believe it or not, for me, the color gray and white, I have a hard time with. I have a hard time with white and gray, which is really weird because they're so opposite. Anything you want to read some of these things? Thank you, Tracy. Bless you too.
I said it's just, you know what I mean, what's wrong with, you know what I mean, I'm so thankful, you know what I mean, we all have our ailments and we're fighting daily, but, you know, just be nice to one another. I just don't see the point of being negative. Do you know what I mean? But, you know, obviously we do get people who are grouches, you know what I mean? That's just who they are. Like I said, we talked about where the memory stored on various videos, haven't we? Like, we call it the Akashic records. Different people call it different things, but we believe that it's stored all around us. The water is us, basically. So it's, you know what I mean? It's stored. It has to be stored somewhere because we can't comprehend everything stored in our heads. That is basically just like, you know, the muscle memory and a few other things that we need to remember. Everything else is accessed from the Akashic records. So if they're influencing, or they're polluting, they're doing this to basically our memories, it's a lot of things. I mean, I believe in crystals, as we know, and the blood has crystals. I also believe that our ancients, you know, our ancestors' memories are also stored around us, but also in us. So when people experience hearing voices and different things, I believe they're actually hearing actual voices from their ancestors, or they're just that, sensitive. They are picking up with a receptor other people's thoughts stored.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And there's even people with 2-3 souls in them. It's, you know what I mean? There's just so much that we don't know. And as soon as you say something, it goes against the regarded what is classed as, yes, right and science, we're ridiculed, and you're like put in a funny farm and different things like that because people are scared of the unknown. But lately, as we can see, there's people in the chat. I don't know how many's in the chat. More and more people can see how open everything is, and that's a miracle. And always people are saying, "Oh, we need to wait more. Or we need to wait more." We don't. We just be yourselves, and sometimes the people will come to us. That's my opinion. You know what I mean? People will think, well, I have to physically get hold of them and tell them. Some people can actually, it does work for them, but a majority of me is sometimes I believe it's to do subtly and let things happen for a reason. Sometimes people are destined not to ever wake up. Some people just need a slight nudge by you doing your thing subtly. That's just my opinion. We all have our different methods, but right. I believe the truth should not be hurtful. Do you know what I mean? I mean, that's my own belief. Call me weird. You know what I mean? But
I want to get back on the crystal thing for 1 second, and I'm probably going to get a lot of shit for this one, but I'm going to say it anyway because actually, I was trying to sleep last night and it kept going through my head, and I had to get up and write it down. I just want to say something. For those that are afraid of the fluoride in the toothpaste in the water, that caused our pineal gland to crystallize and go dormant, and we have to sit there and meditate and open up our third eye chakra and stop, please stop. If you whether these things are harmful to us, who knows? Everything is harmful. The air we breathe is harmful to us at this point. Okay, it has an effect on us physically, mentally, and everything in between. Okay. If you believe that this is actually happening, that your pineal gland is now sleeping and you need to exercise it and stay away from this, that, so it could come back to life like it did when you were 7. If you believe that, then that's where you're going to be. You have to understand something. I do not believe that, and I will tell you why, because I've been like this my whole life. I brush my teeth with fluoride. I drink the water from the faucet, and I breathe the same air that you breathe. Okay. It does not have an effect on me. Therefore, I know it did not affect my pineal gland. Okay. So I just want to put that out there. That crystal is working in everyone. And if you believe that it's dormant because of the environment and what they're doing, then you will limit your possibilities. You got nothing to say on that? You
like burn.
If you believe it, that you're stumped, and you're going to be stumped. I fight it. When I was a little kid, my mom would tell me, "Oh, don't do that because the other kids will think that's weird." And, we were talking about telekinesis. Somebody had contacted me about they're able to, do telekinesis. Unfortunately, I can't reply to his comment because I can't find it anywhere other than his notification. Yeah, there are people that are able to freaking do that. And they're told, don't do that. You have to keep that quiet. Don't let anybody know. They're going to think you're this and think you're that, whatever. It's the same thing. It's what you believe you will create. We don't have to open up anything. It's already there. There is no deep meditation or medication in that fact. There is no, let's sit there and open up our third eye. Stop. You are the third eye. You're everything. There is nothing to open up. Just be you. Understand what you are, and it's all there, and fear nothing. And there's no ritual, no exercise that you have to do. But if you do find comfort in doing those rituals and those sins, then go for it. Whatever's going to get you there, whatever is just going to get you there, just do it. That's all I want to say about that. But believe what you are. Believe of your capabilities. This is not magic.
It's a lot of society in general. We are put down. We're made to think, oh my God, I am no good. I am too fat. I'm too thin. I look wrong. I look right. Do you know what I mean? These are the labels. And if you think about it, there is such a thing as the placebo effect. Why does it work? Because of the power of the mind. So if you are then saying, my pineal gland, or this is not working, you're doing it for them. You're using your mind against yourself. I've never done anything to heighten my pineal gland, and I've done what you guys eat. I've done what Glory's done. I'm here. I'm experienced. I can make videos of these different things and talk how I do from doing what you do.
That's right.
And do you know what I mean? I'm not saying the pineal gland is wrong or nothing. I know its significance through the ancients have used it, but also what I've just learned recently about the tail.
Yeah,
that is called the sacrum. It's sacred. Why is no one talking about this?
More sacred than the pineal gland. More sacred than the pineal gland.
Why was it cut off?
Exactly.
Why was it took away? And these are the questions I want to then
think about, Paul. Think about what they tell us. Oh, we evolved from what do you call it, monkeys? Oh yeah, you got to throw that in there, right? Because of the tail thing and this and that. There's so many subliminal. There's so many messages put in there. People don't see it. Oh, but we evolved from apes, and Darwin's right. No, he's not. No, he's not. Look at what they're hiding. The tail. And as we became human and stood upright, we lost our tail. No, there's something very symbolic, something very important they are hiding there. And you're right. And people need to look at these things. Just unbelieve everything that you fucking believed. That's like
Betty Wolf said, what? Elaborate, please, Paul. I don't, on which bit, Betty? Just put it in the comments and I'll try and pick it up. But if you think about it, it's like one of the Flat said he always prayed to the food. Well, that's been proven to change the food. Why do you think this tradition came into? Pray over your meals, because it changes it. People, you see people, and I'm not knocking anyone before anyone gets triggered. But we see the fighting on social media. People who eat meat, people who are vegan. I have a base diet. I basically don't eat meat, but I don't proud eat it. But what I'm saying is, there is a thing called the Baxter effect that proves plants can think, they can hear us and react. And we're changing the electromagnet. Basically, they put electrodes on, and when someone was coming to pick the leaves, it looked like the plants were scared. So does that mean
they can't eat? People come in the building that once.
Yeah. It was coming in the building, you could pick it up. So the plants then, does that mean we don't eat plants? I originally, personally, believe we never needed it to eat.
That's right.
I mean, and through how we've evolved and it's forced on us, we are then basically poisoned with the food, poisoned with the water. That's changing us into a system where we have to rely on them. Not a time where everything was, we had different powers. We were so advanced. We didn't need to eat. Everything, everything on this earth is sacred to me. Everything, That's why if I do eat meat or this and this, I always say thank you. Do you know what I mean? But we never needed to because we didn't eat.
Right, but some people, but even if you read the Bible, right? Because some people in the beginning, they didn't eat meat and they were just eating olive oil and bread and whatever and grains. But some people swear that they feel more enlightened and less confused when they go on just a vegan diet or whatever the case may be. And like I said, that's your, as Bashar would say, your permission slip to say, okay, you know what, this is going to work for me. This is what I'm going to do. Is it actually true? No, but I eat meat. I love meat. I eat, you know what I'm saying? I do the same thing that Paul does. There's nothing, but if you feel better physically, yeah, I love to run. That makes me feel better physically.
I probably eat, if it's at a percentage, 99% is, I'm like vegan, gluten-free, wheat-free, and I have just the 1% of meat, but it's very rare.
Shut up, Paul. No,
you're different. But that's just who I am, But people are different. Do you know what I mean? And I've seen people, if you eat this, you eat that, on both sides. Don't be my friend. Why? Are we not allowed? That's what we're trying to get. Why can't we be different and experience it? But the main point is, if everything is alive, is God's thing, we shouldn't be eating it. We shouldn't be drinking it because we didn't need to.
That's right.
And then everything was then sacred and enjoyed for what it is. And this Luciferian project that is created greed, created ego, created capitalism. It's changed society and us from an ancient time. Something happened. You can call it a reset. After the reset, the Great Flood, something as drastic has happened where we've gone from, we've never needed, which is basically light, aren't we? We're light beings, light and energy. And when I believe these trees were cut down on a mass level, that is where we were recharged, and hence we needed substance because our energies are connected through the sacrum, and the sacred joint was took away. We then needed to refuel. That's basically what they call it, don't they? When you're eating food, you need it to fuel your body. Hence the dependence then on this type of living.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I definitely agree. I think that water's good for everybody, being that we're made up of mostly water. That's really, really, really important. I mean, that helps with dizziness, lightheadedness, dehydration, of course, mental confusion. Drink water and you'll see how that changes. Oh, but I have to drink spring water. Grass.
Well, so Betsy Wolf was asking about the tail. Yeah, the tailbone, or it's called the coccyx. It's many names. It's called the coccyx, which is Latin, which is also, if you know Latin's called the dead language. It's called the God language. It's called demon language because that is what supposedly they spoke. It basically means the cuckoo. A cuckoo hides it in plain sight, right? But it's other names. What it's actually named, when you go online and look at it, the coccyx and the area, it's a triangle. The heavenly triangle, 3 points. Where do we see this? Where do we see it, guys? God, the Holy Spirit, and all that. It's the triangle. People are scared when you do that old Freemasonry symbol because it's been changed. What better way to mask something and make it taboo when it's been linked to something? Who knows what's gone on in this world? We just have our internet. We have their books to get us through wherever we're going. And it's your heart, it's your intuition that tells you something is off. And this is how I learn. So if down below, the coccyx, which is as above, so below, is called sacred for a reason. Why is it sacred? It's meaningless. Why is a meaningless tail that we supposedly had so sacred? Because it used to connect to something. It used to charge the crystals, the energy in us to a degree we never needed food.
You know what? I'm going to give you another thing that I'm going to wait for you to look into, and then we're going to do another show. Beside the tailbone, I want you to look into the belly button, because there's something, and I don't want to get too deep into it. And it's something that I realized probably about 15 years ago through the belly button, through my own experience. What I realized that was actually mind blowing. But I just want you to do a little research on the belly button too. But yeah. So if anybody has any other questions, and guys, listen, you know, you want to get into the Satan thing. For me, Satan does not exist. I'm sorry. You know, I mean, I know about the duality. It is good and bad, but Satan is being a person. I don't fall into that. And another thing, somebody had commented that they said that because they're vegan, I believe they said that they don't get sick. Neither do I, and I'm not vegan. And I'm allergic to penicillin, and I can't even take antibiotic. So for the most part, if I catch a cold once every 5 years, that's a lot for me. So like I said, it's all about the way you perceive things. It's your perception. It's the way it's going to work for you, you know, because like I said, I'm not vegan and neither is Paul, and you know, we're good. But yeah, the belly button is truly mad. Yes, it is, Jennifer M. But we're not going to get so into the belly button right now, because it is unbelievable. It's the only thing that I could really put into words about the belly button. So Paul, before we wrap it up, if anybody's got any questions about Paul,
no,
he's reaching out to you. It's like I get messages for you from the ladies. I'm like, girls, go ahead, go ask him out. I really don't care. He's like my brother, you know. But you're just like a man whore, and everybody.
Yeah. The brother that she verbally abuses on every morning, when, you know what I mean, I wake up obviously before, and the clocks have changed today, so normally it's 5 hours gap, and it's now down to 4 today, so it's every time it's really dark here. But you know what I mean, you can see the stuff I get through in a different day. Everyone knows I get picked on beyond belief, and you should feel sorry for me. Yeah. The abuse that I get, do you know what I mean? I am like an angel. The stuff I talk about and just hear her swearing. No. But like we say, we need the balance, so you have to have the pure.
Paul, potty mouth, Paul.
When do people hear me swear online? Very rare.
God, your last video was rated X perversion.
Oh, that was the Alan Watts one, yeah. I did swear in that one.
You've been swearing so much, but even when you swear, it sounds so intelligent. It's like you can't even take it in the wrong way. You're like, fuck you, Gloria. And I'm like, okay, whatever. It's like, I don't get offended by it because it just sounds so beautiful. But
it's crazy dark outside. And that's why I've had to put a lamp there to, if I turn that off, it'd be pitch black. But yeah, what was I going to talk about? Yeah, so just enjoy things, people. That's what we're here to do. You know what I mean? People are now reaching out to me. I used to be left alone out, you know, for some reason people used to respect me. Now it's gone crazy. But you know what I mean? That's blame her. But you know what I mean? Yeah. If, like I said, if you people want to reach out, I don't mind, and I always reply. My name's Paul Knight with a K, like a knight, a shining knight in armor. That's who I am. So you can just reach me. You'll see my stupid face on
have your Facebook up though, because you're probably getting, because I know you said you got a massive amount of requests this morning, but are you still, do you go on and check your Facebook back up?
For some reason it won't let me go check the messages, but it'll let me check. It'll let me check the feed, but it's weird when I swapped over. Originally, the one I'm now was originally my backup because people, if people don't know, I used to make a lot of memes and used to get constant 30-day bans constantly. Then when I got the courage to start appearing on YouTube, my attention swapped from doing memes and stuff like that. I still do memes, but it's focused more onto the research. So I've never, touch wood, got much ban. So I stayed on this and I made more friends. People seem to be more relax and not judgmental on this account.
I'm wondering how Jennifer M. Can you post? You're friends with Jennifer M. Of course. Can you post if you get a chance Paul's Facebook? Because this way it's not your backup. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it was. I've changed it, and my backup it's got no face. It's got my name on it, but it's no face. My account, you'll see it. I'm like doing that, and like I said, and people. Even message me to say I will caught you on Glow Show, caught you on the channel. There's so many people I've made really good friends off my my channel, and if people don't know who my channel is, it's the Black Sheep Researcher, and I do everything. It's an eclectic mess of videos on different topics because I don't like restricting myself. So I'm always open to people asking me questions, comparing notes, doing things. That's what I'm here for. You know what I mean? And it has gone crazy, and I'm just reading one of the comments. Oh my god!
Are they, ladies? Are you starting already? I can't tell you how many I get on you, Paul, and you know that I tell you about some of them, and then some of them I just don't even. I don't even reply. I'm like, ladies, go ahead, go talk to him, the Black Sheep Researcher.
But yeah, just you get me blushing if it wasn't if it was too dark. Yeah, so just be yourself, guys. Research if you can. Like I said, some people are just not meant to research. Don't feel bad that you can't research or see things because oh my god, if it wasn't for you in the chat and commenting on our videos, oh my god, I call that personally my fuel because without you guys. There'd be nothing. Do you know what I mean? So when people think, "Oh, well, I don't research like you," it doesn't matter. You do. You do your thing, which is helping and supporting us, sharing our channel, sharing our videos, coming in, interacting with the people in the chat. Without that,
and sharing our energy,
exactly. And we need it. I call it my fuel because I need it. I want to. You know what I mean? People come in the chat, having a good time, enjoying this stuff. Agreeing on most of the things, but it's positive. You can feel it. We're all having a laugh.
Betty,
brilliant.
Wait 1 second, honey. Betty Wolf, you can find me at Gloria Canada, CANNATA. My profile picture is a black and white picture, so you could find me. And give me a little bit of time because I've been hitting over 100 to 200 a day, and I got to the point where I don't even really look at them anymore. I'm just like, just let them go. I'll pick like 1 or 2 out of them. But if I know you're gonna request, I'll go look at them because this morning I didn't even want to touch it. But yeah,
mine's gone through the roof. I used to be like Billy No Mates, like no friend request, and it's just gone ridiculous. But you know what I mean?
It's good. It is. And yeah, I guess like with that, Paul, do you have anything you want to say before we call it a day, night?
Day, night, morning, afternoon. No, all I want to say is, guys, thanks for joining us on Glory's channel. It's been a blast. Probably forgot about some stuff, but we wing it. Do you know what I mean? This is just from our hearts, our opinions. Sometimes our opinions can be wrong, but don't be afraid to put your hand up next time, and say, I'm wrong. I do it all the time. Leave the egos at the door. You know what I mean? It just
no wrong, baby. No right. Everything is just it is. It just is.
You know what I mean? And she's potty mouth.
Oh my!
You know what I mean?
Guys, go look at his last video he did. Talk about potty mouth. That was.
I said a few swear words because I was passionate on the ego.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? People know. People can say it. People know who I am. Ignore it. See, she's trying to get me like a New Yorker. You know what I mean?
Now he's back, Steven. You tell me he's not a potty mouth all of a sudden. He's just letting loose. Now people get to see who he really is.
I am slightly changing my. Like I said, when you get, how is it now? I'm coming out more of Michelle. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? It's as It's weird, you know what I mean? Passionate potty mouth Paul. Oh my God, he's defriended.
Yeah, but it's true. It is true passion, and I do the same thing, and that's why I think I come off very aggressive to some people.
Yeah, that's what you did to me at the beginning. That's why I said at the beginning, at that time, it was a case of, you know what I mean? I was like, whoa, do you know what I mean? She's a pin in this. And it was like that the film, you know, bada bing, bada bang, you can, and it was like, oh my God, have a minute. Do you know what I mean? But you don't know the real Glory. She's, well, I'm going to say she's worse, but you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? She's a good soul. Do you know what I mean? And you just enjoy life. And I always say, please just wear a smile. Do you know what I mean? Have a smile, change someone's day. Because, you know what I mean, the power of being nice to someone, and we're just basically in an era now where it's all negative and they want us to hate each other, hate the difference. You know what I mean? Oh, well, God, he's using crystal, she's using crystal, she's a witch. Oh, well, I have to defriend her. Do you mean have some difference in your life? Take what you need to progress in your journey for the better. And that's what I do. You know what I mean? And that's what we're here to do. We're here to learn, experience. You know, who would want to hear Glory swear constantly? You want a different swear word, or you want different people. That is it. Do you know what I mean? And it's beautiful. You know what I mean? And I'm coming more out Michelle as such. You know what I mean? Because I'm learning as well. You know what I mean? It's like I never wanted to be.
We all found our friends, right, Paul? It's like we're a bunch of children. Like, yay! Yeah. And you know what? I just want to put out there. You've heard the expression that like, a person could be so handsome, or a girl could be so beautiful, but without the personality, they're ugly, right? You could look at the most beautiful person, they have a terrible personality, they're ugly. There are so many people that are on their own shit, you know, like, oh, I have to lose weight, and, you know, my hair isn't pretty enough, and blah, 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 blah. Guys, the only thing you need is a smile, and you smile from your heart with everything that you are, and you are beautiful in everyone's eyes. Everyone's eyes. It doesn't matter, short, tall, fat, thin, whatever.
Someone just sat in the chat. He's Paul Irish, Scotty.
I walk by the mirror sometimes. Oh, I duck down. I'm like, I don't even want to go there. I don't even want to look. Okay, but like I said, smile from your heart, and you light up a room, and people see you beautiful. Be yourself, you know, and that's my closing statement.
My closing statement before you go is, I am not, I am not English. I am British. And the fact is, I wasn't born in England, so you know what I mean. That's I am British, but I'm in England, so you know I am English. Actually, I was born in Gibraltar, right? So I was born in sunny climates, and I come to the the dark, cold UK. But yeah, I am classed as British. I live in England.
I love the accent. Love your accent, Paul.
And we all have different accents, you know what I mean, in England, just like you do in the States. Or I know there's different twangs on the accent. But yeah, thanks, guys. It's been a blast. It's been good as always. Even Gloria losing it, doing a thing, you know.
But I get passionate about things.
And there's nothing wrong with what I said. Like I said, it is good to be passionate, but you should be still respectful to a degree.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
See? Knock you out. Oh.
See, you can see it. This is what I get constantly.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead, Paul. Go ahead. Sympathy card. Go ahead, ladies. Feel bad for Paul. Feel bad for him.
Oh, what do you mean? See what I mean? She's trying to twist it. But yeah, it's brilliant. And if you don't experience life, you would not meet the people who we've met now. You know what I mean? So, Gallardo is one of my besties. Yeah. And you guys, you know what I mean? When we're here to learn, you know what I mean? And love, laugh, and enjoy it. You know what I mean? And like I always say, enjoy life like you stole it. You know what I mean? Enjoy it.
It definitely isn't easy. It isn't easy, but understand it gets better. You know, it will get better, and it is getting better for the most part. I mean, people go through an entire month and we would feel good, especially for empaths, like 1 or 2 days out of that month. And the rest was just like, oh, you know, and now it's getting better. You know, we get longer stretches of feeling really good and, you know, enjoying life. Just do what you can and understand.
Can I do a quick shout out before we go? Absolutely. Because, you know, people, you know, Jennifer M. Hello, Jennifer. And then you got Gina Robinson, friend off Facebook. Hello. You got Glass. Oh, he's changed it. Oh my God, he's changed it back to onion. Oh my God.
Thank you, honey. Thank you. Oops, sorry.
Oh my God, get a room. Right. Next one. Oh, you've got Tracy, good friend. Hello. Stephen. Wheatley.
I thought I was going crazy when I asked you who Glass Onion was, and you're like, you mean Glass Union? I was like, I remember Onion, but yeah, so he did shit, but.
And then we've got Tracy, got, oh God, Fast Teddy, thanks for coming. Metro PC, thanks, my friend. Who else have we got now? Gary Kilman, hello. I didn't see that name before. Sharkicon Gno.
Sharkicon.
Sharkicon. And then you've got Queen of Swords 444. Hello, my friend, Bessie Wolf. Before P900 Cool Pics. Thanks for joining us again today on Gloria's channel. Susan Picano. Who have we missed? Anyone else? I'm just scrolling up.
Oh, wait. Yeah, when you're done, I got to remember to do something. Go ahead.
Yeah. What's that? Breathe. Lauren Lynn loves you. Joyce Box. Hello, Joyce Box. And then it's basically Steve Wheatley. Oh my God, everywhere. I mean, Lord Fry Bread. Hello there. Striker. And it's just like Stephen Wheatley exposing himself to the chat.
Oh, great. What a visual. But before we go, I don't want to forget to do this. And I just want to bring it up, guys. In my last video, I had spoke about we were going to feel a shift between the 26th and the 28th, whether it would be the 26th, 27th, and the 28th, all 3 days, or either one of those days. Once again, I was one day off on October 25th. The only thing that I could do, the best way I could put it, it was like the night the world did not sleep. Okay. The 25th of October, and Glass Onion could definitely agrees with me with this, and so do a lot of people. Between 2:15 in the morning and 3:30 in the morning, we had a major shift, and it resonated through our bodies like insanity. For the most part, nobody slept that night. Nobody. If you went on Facebook, 5,000 friends are online. Everybody, nobody slept that night. And
I did.
Yeah, because you're just, I don't know what the hell is wrong with you. But anyway, people felt the shockwave go through them. Okay. I really can't explain it that much right now, but for the most part, I know that most of you felt it. Where we're going with this, I don't know, but it was huge. It was huge. I will not forget the feeling. I wrote it down. And like I said, a bunch of people reached out to me and they explained it the exact way.
I've got a friend for you, Gloria.
I have a lot of friends, Paul.
No, this is a real one. This is a real one. This is a new puppet. Do you want to see?
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? The other one, I wore it out. So here's a new one. You ready?
The stomach flu, Jennifer, that's surprising for me.
No, black sheep.
Let me see. Wait, let me go on here. Where? No, it's dark. I don't see it. Oh, how cute.
There you go.
Who sent you that?
I got that. My daughter got me that.
Oh, that's so sweet. So now you could have a little shelf behind you with all your little puppets. That's adorable. I love it.
Oh, that one's a black sheep.
That's adorable. Oh, Paulie. Paulie's got beautiful children. Right, Paulie?
Yeah, 3 girls.
Yeah, it's nice. I feel bad for them because I would strangle. I would totally strangle.
That's what they say.
I just want to read this one comment. To read the Book of Enoch. Oh, honey, I've read the Book of Enoch many, many times, just like the Gospel of Thomas. You've name it. I've studied religions throughout my life, many, many, many different religions. Yeah, I'm very, it's the same thing with the Book of Enoch. It's kind of mind blowing because of, the numbers and the degrees and all the stuff that he came out with. For me, that's kind of alien.
It's like, just before we go here, because you just reminded me, people have to understand that even the cardinal directions, north, south, east, and west, has been swapped. People don't realize that.
Right.
Ancient maps from say medieval time, north was south, south was north, and they got even east and west were basically swapped around. So it's all been changed with the calendar at a specific point in time to start then the evil. Well, you know what I mean. There is a them. You know what I mean. When we know their agenda is to change everything to fit the path basically. But so we could be classed as being in the southern hemisphere.
Mm-hmm.
We just don't know. All maps are political in their agenda.
What you're saying, Paul, is so true, because a lot of people, depending on your astrology, I mean, obviously we're not going to end this right now, but people, when you know your astrology sign and you know where your sun is and your moon is, and you know your south node and your north node, you know, it's beneficial to sleep in your north node. And when you find that position north, for me, it makes me actually really, really nauseous, and I get really antsy when I'm facing in that direction. So things are switched opposite. And people that do that will experience lightheadedness and vertigo when they're in the north node. So yeah, there's a lot of fuckery going on. So you're gonna have to find your own way, you know.
Yeah, there's a lot of buggery going on, isn't there? Do you know what I mean? Like I said, we just don't. When people talk about how deep does it go, it is so ridiculously bad. So the only direction our ancestors that I researched wanted to know was, where does the sun come up? And it was on that cheek, right? And that's how they did the direction. They didn't care if it was north, east, and west. It was basically the sun came up on the left cheek, you know, and that was basically what they used. And it's like the sunset and the sunrise. That is basically, I've talked about many times in my videos, the sunrise it's all triggering our circadian rhythm. It's why they change the clocks now. It's to basically mess with you. Your body needs set patterns, and that's why you still wake up most of the time at the same time. Even though today the clocks went back, I still woke up at the same time, but the time was different. In the reality, it's to mess with you. And it's just such, when people think, oh my God, what is going on? Well, we're all here fighting to find out that very question. Will we ever get to that answer? We might not, but it's an experience.
I think for the most part, we're looking for that comfortable feeling in the transition that we're going through, because getting bombarded from all the shit that's going on is making it extremely tiring, extremely difficult.
Yeah.
You know, and people are giving up. And hi, BB Truth is in the house.
Yeah, she's come too late.
And everybody's got like all these questions.
I know all these questions. How we're going, BB. You know what I mean? Where was you at the beginning? Laughs for you.
We're definitely getting bombarded, and there's nothing wrong with you guys. Everything that you're feeling is real. You know, it's real. Yeah. It's really happening, and
that's what they do to us, to make us to question everything. Oh my God, am I going crazy? Am I really going crazy? Am I hearing voices? Yeah, you're hearing voices, but they'll make you out that you're crazy. You know, you're just intuitive to a point where you're hearing either other people's thoughts that's kept and stored, or you're actually hearing your ancestors. You know what I mean? It's as simple as that for me.
I had Terrell. I don't know if he's watching. I don't know what his name would be on here, but he had reached out to me yesterday, and he says that his abilities that he's had throughout his life are changing. He's got different abilities now. And I was like, you know what? Those abilities that you were born with did not go away. You're just focusing more on the new ones that you're starting to realize that you have, you know, that are starting to wake up to you, you know, and it's like that for a lot of us. But like I said, it's not easy. We're getting slammed, Paulie. We are getting slammed, and it's getting worse. But
yeah. Well, that's what they're doing, Gloria. As we're fighting back in our way, what we're doing now, by everyone in the chat, they have to come back tenfold to knock us back down again. Now, do you want to go really, really deep and say, is this a part of the experience? Do we have to get knocked down to get up? Or is this a separate thing? Or they have their own agenda? That is a deep thing that we have to think about. But we're feeling it hard. We experience. Some days I don't want to do it, don't want to research, and someone will just pick me up. They'll say something. I'll spot a comment. Thank you, Paul, for doing that video, or thanks for doing this. And oh my God, it just changes the whole reflection of the day. The positivity is what is key.
Yeah, because for the most part, you know, empaths. I mean, we could be in a room with 1 million people and still feel like we're alone. No matter, you know, no matter who's in our lives and no matter what we're doing, we still feel alone.
Yeah, definitely. Anyway, come on, let's smile and laugh. Don't end on the, oh my God, no. You know, oh my God.
Let's see your sock puppet. No.
Well, I'm not getting my sock puppet out. Yeah.
You're not getting your sock puppet out. Okay, I understand. He's in the laundry. Is that it?
It's getting cleaned.
Yeah,
it can't be helped. You know what I mean?
Too much lotion there, huh, Paul? It's all right. You got it.
I don't need lotion. You should know that.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Yeah. Okay.
I've produced enough.
Sick. We have to keep this channel.
People are going out. We are crazy. Yeah. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm an angel. She's like, you know, changing my persona. It's terrible.
Blame it on me. Blame it on me. Why does everybody blame things on me?
Who else can I blame? Who can I blame in the chat?
You know what? You can blame me all you want. Okay, you're gonna end up doing shows dressed up like a woman, and you're gonna go, "This is Gloria's fault." I'll be like, okay.
No. I'll stick to sometimes when it's freezing, wear my hat and a hoodie. That's all you get.
You'll come out naked wearing your happy, and this is Gloria's fault. Now I'm comfortable in my own.
I don't think people want to see me naked. You know what I mean?
Well, you know what? The emails I get, I definitely beg to differ because there are plenty out there that do. So,
that's what we're gonna go with, guys, and we'll leave on that positive note. Leave on a positive note.
All doing a show naked. That is a positive note. There we go.
You don't see me naked. Look, see, I'm too chubby.
But you want to leave the show? You want to leave the show with people getting a visual of you doing your next show naked? Let's leave it on a really good note.
No. People then would then say I'm a devil worshipping to think for my tattoos, because people don't know. We should know if you watch my stuff. I am heavily tattooed.
Oh, by the way, that expression, is that a gun in your pocket or you just happy to see me? I just want you to know that line does not exist in this reality. Just so you know, because I was talking to Paul about that the other day. I think it was Paul, it was Glass Onion. I don't know, but it was talking about Mae West, and she's like, I love Mae West, you know, and she never said that in this reality. Just throwing it out there. Okay.
Baby, you missed a strip. People, I don't know. People are running for the doors, but you know.
No, they're all. Now they all want to hang out. Now you guys want to hang out.
Yeah, you all want to hang out now. Do you know what I mean? Oh God. Yeah. I do love you guys. You know what I mean?
Store an 1111 portal. Everything special you can do to ease some. Wait just 1 second. I just want to answer Joyce for a second. What do you all expect for the ascension symptoms for 1111? You know, we've been going through the symptoms. We've been going through the symptoms for a really, really long time. Okay. I feel, and I've mentioned in one of my videos, something profound is attached to Christmas Day. Something. Okay. It's really, really hard. Like I said, we're definitely getting bombarded. The best answer, I mean, what I do for myself a lot of times, because there's really no escaping it, depending on how much of an empath that you are. Like I said, I feel inanimate objects. I feel their vibrations as if they're speaking, but not in words, but I just feel it. Either I go for a run or I put myself in the closet because there's just no escaping it.
Okay. Or you ring me.
Yeah, or I'll talk to
you. All right. So I'll drop whatever I'm doing, like, you know, important stuff.
Yeah, because they're really at this point, there is no relief. I feel that there isn't. Try to be in a meditative state if you can, as much as possible. You know, step back from everything and close yourself off if you have to. You know, that's about it. But there is something major with Christmas, and I don't know what it is. I have no idea, but I've been.
I'm just reading what Glass Onion said. We will disagree. Any shrinkage due to temperature. I'm fine on that. The temperature doesn't affect that for some reason.
What did he just say?
I'm blessed.
Oh, that's what I said to you before, Glass Onion. No, I'm only joking. Let's not go there. He's funny. But yeah, Paul, we will excuse the shrinkages. We understand. It was the pool. The pool was cold. Remember that on Seinfeld episode when George gets out of the pool and he's like that? And like, it was the pool. It was cold. Fucking
don't think you're trying to pollute my mind. You know what I mean? I'm mischievous at times, but I don't need any encouragement. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean?
Yeah, just because you have an accent, you think that you could say things and people don't understand what the hell you're saying. Sometimes, and you slide little remarks in there. Christmas isn't bad. No, it's not bad. No, nothing evil. Nothing evil ever comes out of any shifts. The only thing that we feel is evil, I mean, we start to notice more negative things around us, but we never shift for negative. Never, ever, ever. It's always for the
she's on about the original meanings of the Christmas tree.
Say that again. I didn't hear you. What?
Yeah, no one understands Paul. No, Jennifer M. No one does. BB was on about Xmas is bad, and it was on about the Xmas trees being something evil. You know.
Oh, yeah, I read it. Really.
I think it's linked to Nimrod and different things. And I know Christmas trees now are coming upside down. I did see that somewhere. I think you did cover that on Brian's show a long time ago.
Not a few years ago, actually. Yeah. On Christmas tree, which, you know what, people go, that's an abomination, that's horrible, that's this, that's that. No, it's not, because if you really know the true origins of the Christmas tree, it doesn't matter whether it's upside down or upright. And if you know what the things that we hang the ornaments on a Christmas tree actually represent, you would look at it completely different. So it doesn't matter whether it's coming out of the wall sideways, standing upright, hanging from the ceiling. You know, it's just another curveball to throw you in and go, oh, that's terrible, that's so evil that they would sell a Christmas tree that goes upside down. No, look at the true meaning of it. Look at the true meaning. And those who do look at the Bible and think that Christmas Day is Jesus's birthday, if he in fact lived, it really isn't, because if you read their scripture, there are certain verses that explain when he was born that there were sheep in the field, and they wouldn't have been out if it was wintertime. Okay, so there's a lot of little things, hidden things that people don't really get. So basically, he was actually probably born within the summer or the spring, because there wouldn't have been cattle outside. Okay, so certain cattle do not go outside in the summertime, in the wintertime.
Yeah, the black sheep.
Just saying. Okay, so whatever. So Paul, we're gonna end this, or am I gonna make a fucking pot of coffee? What are we doing here?
Bada bing, bada bang. Yeah. You end it, because I can get some food then. And but listen, everyone, remember, we're a smile, and we'll see you again soon with something other, you know, whatever we do. We just wing it, me and Gloria. You know what I mean? It's a case of, I didn't even know he was coming on today.
Yeah,
like,
I did that to you the last
yeah,
time.
you know, we'll do it today. You know what I mean? I've been telling her all week and making videos. So come on, we've been waiting to do this video. But like I said, we enjoy it. So catch you guys, and I love the lot of you. So take care, and remember, I'll see you again.
Yeah, and everybody, I will talk to you soon, and I love you all, and blessings to every single one of you. All right, Paul, you're going to wait for me to end the broadcast, or you're going to do something
live?
There you go. 1 second.